Alright, so we're going to get started here. Learning our basics. Double check, make sure you are in the correct folder and that you're saving all of these underneath your class name. Okay, so to start, when we start a new project, we're going to start with sketches, but it's also a good practice to insert components. So you can see all these little drop downs, there's tons of different options. We'll go through most of them. But to start, you can either insert a component from another sketch, or you can make a new component. So when you're making your own original work, you're going to be starting with your own component. We're going to call this the sketch creation component. And then now you notice over here in the browser bar, you get a new tab with an origin. Right? And then we also have the origins for the entire workspace. And this helps you organize your drawings into different pieces. So if you have multiple parts that you want to put into an assembly, you want to assign each of them as a component. Okay, so there's two ways to start a sketch. You can right click on a plane, say create sketch. Okay, or you can go up to the top left corner and click on the little plus sign and then pick a plane that you want to draw on. Okay, and now we'll just go through a few of the basic sketching functions. Okay, so up here under the Create tab, we have lines, rectangles, circles, polygons, points. We can add text. There's all kinds of different things that we can do with our drawing tools. Okay, but the basic 4 or 5 are up in the top there. So let's start out with a line. So I'm just going to draw a line out and a line over, and then to end the line drawing tool, you just hit that little check mark, turns green, and that takes you out of the line tool. Okay, and then if I want to assign dimensions to these lines, I just click on the line, type in the value that I'm looking for. Okay, if I want to do angles, I would click on 2 lines, and then it shows you an angle in between that you can adjust. Okay, now we'll do a couple other drawings. So you can click on the short key for the rectangle, or there's a few different types of rectangles that come in handy depending on what you're drawing. But we'll start out with just a 2-point rectangle to draw it. And notice when you click and drag or click and double click to end your rectangle, it's now enclosed, so it turns blue. Okay, same thing with circles, there's lots of different choices. Okay, but the center point circle is probably the most commonly used. And notice again, because this is a closed polygon, it turns blue in the middle, lets you know that all your lines are connected. Okay, so we can also do this with polygons. So the polygon tool starts with a 6-sided polygon. You can change it. So this will give you all the shapes from triangles on up. So if you're doing triangles, there's a square. If you do 8, there's your stop sign. Right, 6 for your honeycomb. Okay, and then you click to place it. Okay, so here are all my polygons, and then again, if I want to dimension some of these, I can dimension it by the length of the side. I could dimension it from the inside to the outside for diameter. There's lots of different ways to use the dimensioning tool. And then you can finish your sketch.